There was a line in Lady Bird: love and attention. They're really the same things, aren't they? A line that just perfectly summed up how this entire film was handled by both its cast and crew. Everything on this film was crafted with such attention, a care and intentionality that really did make it feel like this labor of love in the best possible way. Beautifully though, just because things were handled with that meticulous attention didn't mean that this film was ever ham-fisted or contrived. Quite to the contrary, it was constantly and rewardingly subtle, only ever electing to play moments on the nose as to demonstrate that the moments that we often believe will be epic or impactful really aren't. Whether it's our high school graduation ceremony, getting drunk for the first time, in reality those moments are usually far from cinematic, and the film captures that beautifully time and again. And handling a coming-of-age story, a story that we've really seen play out hundreds and hundreds of times, both in literature and in the cinemas, with such class, restraint, and simplicity really was astounding to behold. Not only that, but writer-director Greta Gerwig, in what felt like the most effortless way possible, was able to simultaneously craft a film that felt both natural and realistic, as well as controlled and stylized. In all of it, finding the unique reality of each moment in this story, while also capturing the universality of what the lead character of Christine was going through. What was even more delightful about this film, though, was the fact that it didn't only focus in on the perspective of Christine and her peers. It also beautifully painted a nuanced and empathetic portrait of her parents as well. For example, in certain moments that could have easily remained in Christine's point of view, Gerwig would have the camera linger on her mother, reminding us of where she was at and the validity of what she was feeling. And that beautiful dance between perspectives so effortlessly and eloquently presented the truth that we never fully arrive. Whether in our teens or in our late 40s, we never fully define ourselves, and we never fully know where our lives will lead or what kind of people we'll be when we get there. And Gerwig's very unassuming visual style and immaculate transitions perfectly harmonize with those thematic ideas. The way that the film in its editing and composition never made a huge deal about anything meant that we, the audience, like the characters themselves, never really knew when one chapter was ending and the next beginning, or what catalyst would bring about that change. More often than not, it wasn't until after that big moment, that the the had been waiting for so long, that we realized it just happened, and it wasn't big in the slightest. Another quote that really beautifully encapsulated the experiences of both generations on this film was, "Not everything is war. Other things can still be sad." And with that line and so many moments throughout the film, Gerwig was so eloquently parsing through the idea that even while our lives may not be an arduous struggle and full of huge conflicts, that doesn't mean that the struggle and conflict that we do endure is somehow less significant, meaningful, or valuable. And I will say this film was filled with some of the simplest, most wonderfully understated statements that I've seen in cinemas in a long time. Statements like, who is Christine? Who is Lady Bird? Who is her parents? Who defines who each of those people are? Their pasts, their presents, their decisions, someone else's, and will their lives begin once they arrive there, or has it already begun now? And thankfully, it wasn't that the film was constantly trying to be clever with those statements, subverting the cliches just to be hip, or turning the expected on its head just to be original. No, rather it approached each of them with these wide open arms, ones willing to embrace whatever this story and whatever these characters truthfully had to say. And that made this film genuine in the most praiseworthy way possible. And for all these reasons, I will give the film a 4.5 out of 5 and a heart. I would still love to know what you guys thought of the film though, so definitely comment below and let me know. And finally, please do subscribe. I'm going to continue to review films and television on the channel, and I would love for you to stay up to date on all of those things. But for now, I'm Chris Hartwell. This is The Heartbeat. Thank you for joining me.